Katja, thank you so much that you accepted my invitation.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, we are going to talk about women empowerment, about intercultural communication, about living on two different continents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually we met at the hairdresser. We met before, but at the hairdresser we had the chance to talk to each other.
Yes.
And back then I asked Katja, so after some time, what are you actually doing for a living? It was like half an hour small talk and then this question. And yeah, how do people react when you tell what you are doing for a living?
People act surprised. I think it's because you've got a stereotype about my profession. I'm a pilot, and the stereotype about being a pilot is a grey-haired man, I think. So yeah, people are surprised and usually ask me a lot of questions about it, which I really like, because I like talking to people and ask them questions about their lives too, and that it's a good start for me to ask questions to other people too.
It was really funny because when I asked you, you told me, oh, I work for airlines. And immediately conscious bias were on air, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe a stewardess. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's, I think, very normal. Most people think that. Also, even my colleagues, when we have got classes like flight safety class, for example, and we don't wear our uniforms, the trainers always put me in the group of the flight attendants, of course. So I'm used to that.
How do you deal with it?
I take it as a compliment, because usually the stereotype about flight attendant is a very beautiful woman, so I think that's very nice.
So, as you see, Katja is a very positive thinking woman. And yeah, this is about woman empowerment. What do you think? What has to change that young girls, young women decide to go for this professions that are actually male-dominated?
I think they have to have more role models in society. If they see other women doing these professions, they will think about it. I only thought about it because I was a flight attendant actually before, and then I saw other women being pilots, so that helped me with my decision. And also, if I talk to girls about what tasks you need to do, then they might think about this as an option for their professional life, because for example, as a pilot you need to do a lot of multitasking, and this is what people say about women, that they can do really good.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have an example for this multitasking?
The example, if you are on the ground and have to turn around the aircraft, so passengers disembark and others embark the aircraft, and you've got only like maybe 40 minutes time, and then you have to refuel the aircraft, and the loader wants to talk to you, the gate calls you, and many things happen in this 40 minutes. Then you have to divide your attention and see what is important at the moment and what isn't, and also think about what might happen in case of an emergency, what you have to do, and this is a lot of multitasking, and I see that this can produce a lot of stress, and I see my female colleagues coping really good with it. I mean, also some male colleagues, but maybe it's because of the biology of women, that they are used to cope with a lot of stress at the same time when children are little and they want your attention, for example. Maybe this helps. I don't know.
Yeah,
but
I can imagine, yeah. It might be a good reason for the multitasking. Yeah. Do you enjoy it?
Yes, I enjoy it, and I like these stressful times, and I enjoy seeing that if the result is good and everything worked out, and I had a cool head for these 40 minutes and we leave on time, then I'm happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah. And what are your challenges regarding the job?
The challenges are if I go to work, I don't come back home in the evening. I'm on my way out of the house for about 5 days.
Mm.
So I have to organize the private life at home and also the social life, because I can't do any hobbies like that once a week on Tuesday evenings, because I probably won't be there. So that's the challenge. And but other than that, it has a lot of advantages too, because either I'm at work, so I don't have to do anything at home, or I'm at home and I've got time. So.
Mm. And when you are home, you are also a mommy of 2 young boys, or let's say teenagers already. How do they actually cope not only with the situation, but also with being bilingual and bicultural?
Yeah, I think they are really proud of being bilingual. They like it a lot, and they are actually trilingual, because we lived in the United States before too. Then we lived in Chile, and now in Germany. So they like it a lot. They can speak 3 languages, and also I think if they go to Chile for 6 months for school, sometimes they do that to see their father. I think they like the fact that they are different and they can talk about the adventures in South America and so on. So it makes them open-minded to other people and other cultures, and also about people from other cultures living here in Germany, because they know how it feels.
Yeah, yeah. You see, I took the second question before the first one. You have just said that you have this living experience in the United States, in Chile as well. And what is the biggest award for you for being this global nomad, not only profession-wise, but also having this experience in living abroad for a long time?
Yeah, I think that makes me open-minded when it comes to different cultures, because when I came to the United States, I saw only the bad sides, the part that was different from Germany, and at first I didn't like it at all. And also we had a community there with some Germans, so we met and talked about what we didn't like about this country we live in. And then I realized that does not really help.
Yeah.
It does not make you happy, so I decided to change my point of view and see the differences more open-minded and more as an interest in seeing the differences and not judging them.
Yeah. Have you got any story when this shift happened? Can you recall any moment?
Yeah, I thought that all Americans only do small talk and talk about inviting you to their house and so on, but they never do that. But our dog escaped one day and ended up in a pool in the neighborhood. So the neighbors called me and asked me to pick up my dog. So I went there, and then they invited me to their house, and we were talking for about 2 hours or so and had a really good time, and they were so nice and welcoming, and we talked about politics, about culture. They knew a lot about Germany, so that was really interesting that they did not fit into my stereotype. And then afterwards I found out that there are more people like that in the neighborhood. But first I did not even try to see that.
Yeah. So what would be your recommendation for someone who relocates?
Recommendation would be to watch Star Wars and see how the people at the Mos Eisley space station behave, because that's the place where all the cultures meet. It's a bar, and they meet there and have some drinks, and they look different, speak different languages, but they don't judge each other. And that's what I think it's the most important thing.
Yeah. Apropos drinks, we are having right now the coffee, the coffee from South of America, and it brings me to the flavors and also tastes in Chile. When you think of Chile, what is your very first association?
Oh, pebre. That is, it is a tomato salad, which is made by cilantro. I don't know, that's a Spanish word. It's some green herbs and then tomato and onion and lemon and salt. And that's a tomato salad. And I got addicted to it. And also they have pie de limon, which is an English lemon pie, but they made it a little different. So it's a Chilean lemon pie, which I really love. And people think that Chile, because of the name, Chileans eat spicy food, but that's not true. They eat, they put a lot of lemon and salt into their food, but it's not really spicy.
So what is it like actually to, let's say, be in this different cultures, experience even more cultures because of your profession, and still to try to keep some rituals?
I think my family we made up our own rituals, which are kind of a mixture of all the experience we had. So, for example, on Christmas, we watched The Life of Brian always because a friend of mine did that with her parents, and I liked the idea so much because in Germany when you go to church on Christmas, it's all a little bit, I don't know, it's so not happy. I feel it's a little bit sad and always I don't know how to explain that mood, but I don't feel it's very positive. So when she told me that she watched this movie, so we do that. And also the food is a kind of a mixture of food I found in the United States and also from my parents, and then also some things from Chile, because we always have an au pair from Chile. And then they cook Christmas, part of the Christmas dinner, so it's a big mixture of different things from different countries.
Sounds yummy. I'm getting hungry. What is actually your biggest wish for the future?
That is a good question. Well,
regarding this intercultural aspect.
My wish would be that we could all live happy together and without these many prejudices, or if you have prejudices, which is normal because our brain works like that, we have to put things into categories first, but then to be aware of it and look behind your prejudice and try to find out about people and their stories, regardless of their cultural background. And I think if you try to be open-minded, at least that would work out. And I wish it could be like a subject in school or something that makes children also think about these facts.
So that they really have intercultural communication as a subject. Yeah, because many kids simply are accustomed to learning by doing because of traveling, because of different living scenarios. But there is still a huge group of children who simply don't have so much contact with other people from other cultures. They are not so much exposed, and for them it's really exotic.
And then you don't have to travel for having an intercultural exchange. There are many people from different countries living close by, so maybe you could invite them in schools and talk about their countries and their traditions and so on. And if you know somebody from another place personally, you've got a different attitude towards that country too, I think.
Mhm. Yeah. So we started with your very, very intriguing profession as a woman who is in the minority in this male-dominated field. And right now we are in this intercultural context. I ask you what you enjoy most about your profession, and right now the last question for our interview would be, what do you enjoy most about being in this intercultural field?
I enjoy most going to another place, and it's like coming home. If I travel to Chile, it's like that, because I arrive in Santiago and I know at least 5 or 6 people I could call and meet up with, and for a coffee or so, and that makes me feel like it's my second home.
Yeah.
And then I go to southern Chile, where I lived before, and it's a small village, and people greet me on the street like I have been there all the time, you know. And I like that I'm part of a place on the other side of the earth and still have a home there. So
Fantastic. That the stories of belonging can be really stories of having different homes, not houses, but really homes in different corners of the world. Wonderful. Thank you very much. And safe flights wherever you are flying next. And yeah, enjoy your intercultural global life.
Thank you.